All right, welcome back to the Elias Macko Show. Will we ever see the long-promised Cavendish extension? By the way, we just had Leslie Roberts on the program. Of course, he's going to be running for Ensemble Montreal. As we were going to break, as we were in break, he told me, for Ensemble Montreal, that they will move ahead with the project of the Cavendish extension. So at least there's the one take from one of the sides running in the municipal election, at least in Montreal. Now, the mayors of the city of Cote-Saint-Luc, the town of Mount Royal, and the borough of Saint Laurent are applauding federal government decision to unveil $320 million of investment into the Hippodrome project. But they also want this Cavendish extension to come. Let's go to Mitchell Brownstein, mayor of Cote-Saint-Luc. He's on the line. Mayor Brownstein, welcome back to the show.
Great. Thanks to have me. And I'm thrilled that Leslie Roberts is running. He's a good friend of mine, and he's with the right party. We know Ensemble Montreal and Soya, they are committed to moving ahead the Cavendish extension.
Wait, isn't there some sort of notion of neutrality in competing cities, right? Are you even allowed as the mayor of Cote-Saint-Luc to try and affect our politics?
Well, absolutely. I'm a member of the agglomeration in the island of Montreal, and things that affect me affect everyone. What we're trying to do here is improve the economic development of the Hippodrome and ensure that there's access to the site for people to be able to live there and do business there. And without the Cavendish extension, it just doesn't make sense. $320 million has been given, and they can't, and it's for infrastructure, and they can't start the extension. It just doesn't make any sense when there was a commitment in 2017 to do it. They got the whole Hippodrome for $1. $1 with one condition.
Well, and that condition, of course, to do that Cavendish extension. Do you have a sentiment that maybe the parts are falling into place? Obviously, what happens at the beginning of November in the municipal elections is a big key there. But, depending on what happens there and this funding and the fact that it seems like the borough mayors and the city town mayors are all on the same page, is it finally falling into place that we will actually get the Cavendish extension?
Well, I'm hoping, and when Denis Coderre was mayor, he said Cavendish will happen, and he was moving it forward, and it was going to the Bureau d'Audience Publique for studies, and things were happening. It's only this administration that has stopped it with their bicycle promotion as a main priority and not realizing you need roads. You need roads. The fire department did an audit of the Hippodrome, and they said you need at least another access. You need at least 3 accesses, and the only logical one is Cavendish. I mean, that's the one that's already on the table that would connect you as a road, not a highway, but a road to Royal Mount and Jean Talon, like a fleet road. And we can't leave the Carry the way it is. We need other ways in and out. And the Hippodrome needs it for safety. They need it for safety. The fire department is demanding it. So we hope that extra access goes where it should, which is Cavendish.
If it's Projet Montreal that wins the next election in the city of Montreal, does that change everything? Do you think it won't go forward?
Listen, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that Ensemble Montreal is the one that is going to win because they're clear on their position. I don't know what's going to happen with respect to if they don't. I'm really committed now to Alan D'Souza. He's really pushing for it, and hopefully the potential mayor Martinez, Soraya Martinez. Fernandez will win. We're hoping for that because status quo doesn't work, and the present administration doesn't seem to understand that we just can't live the way we are right now.
Now, let me ask you this side of things, because I had opened up Google Maps, and I just want to say, okay, where will this go through? I wanted to take a closer look at the situation. And I had a thought that crossed my mind, and I said, you know what? I wonder if there's a contingent of residents in Cote-Saint-Luc that you represent that actually would not want this project to move forward because they probably enjoy the fact that Cavendish isn't a north-south thoroughfare for the island of Montreal. And in fact, I have a text message from a listener that says residents in the area do not want the extension. Do you have any idea the type of congestion that it will create? So is there opposition in your neck of the woods that could eventually serve as yet another impediment here?
I mean, Bernard Lang was against the Cavendish extension years and years ago, but since Robert Libman was there and Anthony House father and now myself, it's been on the table that we wanted because we need another road out, even for safety. I mean, if they're going to put 20,000 units on the Hippodrome, which is basically another Cote-Saint-Luc, let's just say it's about 37,000 people that we have, and you're going to just use Westminster Underpass, and the underpass on Cavendish is our only way out in case of an emergency, it just doesn't make sense. We should also have another exit, and that would be the Cavendish extension. So there will be people that are concerned, but the road that we want to build is not like the existing Cavendish that they see out their window right now if they live in one of those buildings. It's, as I keep on repeating, it's a fleet road. It's a much smaller road. So it would be used for people who need to get to work or need to go out to, they want to go to their place of work or to their visit their family at the Hippodrome or elsewhere. It would be a road that would have a bicycle path, would have at least one lane for cars. The other lane could be for rapid transit during rush hour, so buses only. So it's not anything like the Cary Expressway, so people shouldn't think of that at all. And that, I think, is the concern of that texter.
And can I ask you if that's if that's the only version or type of idea for that street that you would be in favor of? Like, let's say there was a proposal for 2 lanes of car traffic. Would you say, oh no, we want to tap the brakes on that, or are you open to anything?
Well, we're open to, like I said, we have our plans already. There is no interest even by the Montreal administration to do more than a 2-lane road, which would be, as I said, rush hour would be for rapid transit buses.
Gotcha.
There's no interest in doing anything bigger than that.
Any other benefits you see for the citizens of Cote-Saint-Luc that we haven't talked about this morning?
Well, there's a major benefit in terms of getting in and out of the city. Right now we have to go all the way around, and we're stuck in traffic on Vizina, on Van Horn. Everything's slow, and there's no way around. It takes an extra half an hour to get anywhere, and when you get to the Cary, you don't move at all, because there are no other options. If they can go on Royalmount or if they can go on Jean Talon, which would be where the Cavendish extension would go, and those roads are not. They're not highways like Cavendish, like the Cary Expressway. You have to look at those roads, and you'll see what Royalmount looks like. Then you'll have other options for people to use, and we won't all have to go onto the Cary Expressway and just get stuck in traffic and get nowhere.
Mayor Brownstein, I want to thank you so much for coming on this morning and talking to our listeners. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mitchell Brownstein is the mayor of Cote-Saint-Luc.